You know, there are few better ways to get fresh eyes on a cold case than to give it the Netflix treatment. And when that case is the murder of JonBenet Ramsey, there's no better time to look back than now. This Christmas marks 28 years since 6-year-old JonBenet was killed in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. She was found by her father, John Ramsey, in the basement. Her skull was broken, a wire wrapped around her neck. Police made multiple critical blunders from the very first minutes. That is well known. None bigger than assuming John and Patsy, JonBenet's parents, were the killers. Now, in the brand new Netflix docuseries Cold Case, Who Killed JonBenet Ramsey? It dropped today. John Ramsey talks about what it was like being told he was suspect number one.
I don't know if it was that day or the next day, but I got and I wouldn't taking calls, you could hardly function. But our friends got a call and they said, look, this is the fellow that works with you. He said he needs to talk to you. So I answered the phone and it was one of our employees. He said, I was told by someone inside the system to get this message to you. They believe you killed your daughter, and you need to get the best defense attorney you can get your hands on. I was just shocked.
Wow. JonBenet's family has long been officially cleared of suspicion. But despite advances in DNA and technology and hopes for independent testing, the little girl's murder is still unsolved today. John Ramsey is here. He joins me now live. John, thank you so much for being here. And again, our sincerest condolences. We are so sorry for your loss. I can't believe it's been 28 years. We are still talking about this because you don't have the answers that you need. So hopefully with Netflix and with more conversations, the lead comes out and we can get you there. The docuseries just dropped today, so let's just ask you and start from the top. What are your hopes from the new attention? Obviously to get a new tip, right?
Well, two things. One is if we keep the case out there in front of the public, hopefully someone comes forward with some information that was substantive. The second reason is that we have been advocating almost from day one that the police accept help from outside their system. They did not have a homicide department. I mean, the mistakes they made are pretty well documented, and we just wanted them to accept help from the outside, and they refused to do that for really up until now, as far as we know. There is some good news, and it appears that the city or whoever oversees the police department is cleaning house. Oversight committee recommended termination of 5 of their 7 detectives for failure to investigate crimes properly, one of which was the fellow that had our case for 25 years. He was more of a roadblock than a help.
Wow.
That was good news. He's gone.
Okay.
The piece of good news is they brought in a new chief from outside the system. And I believe you can't promote from within a dysfunctional organization and hope things will change. They brought someone in from the outside. I've met with the new chief twice. It seems like a pretty solid guy. I like him. Open as much as he feels comfortable being open with me. But we're hoping that new leadership will accept the help that's out there that's been offered. Cutting-edge DNA labs, but they have to be asked. They have to be invited to help. They just can't help. And that's a real peculiarity of our system in this country.
Well, did you ask the chief? I mean, I'm sure you had that conversation. Did you say, can you just please ask these independent labs? I mean, my goodness, we keep doing these stories about how these independent labs are helping to solve cold cases. Why aren't they doing it? You must be, I mean, I know that you've been outraged. Did you ask the chief, can you please just invite these people in?
Well, we did. And basically what he said, okay, look, there's some things happening that I can't tell you about.
Okay.
And we don't think DNA technology is there yet. I totally disagree with that. I met with the founders of Othram Labs, which is one of the cutting edge labs that's out there. They'd be happy to help. I sent a letter to the chief based on my meeting with what I learned with Othram, and that is, A, they don't destroy any DNA when they do testing on it anymore, which was one of the concerns. B, they have the ability to separate DNA, mixed DNA samples, which is one of the issues with the sample they got in 1997. They had an unidentified male DNA sample in early 1997. It was mixed apparently with JonBenet's blood DNA. That can now technology-wise be separated. That's huge. And the third thing, they have the ability to do familial genealogy research, which has been wildly successful in solving old cold cases. That's what we're asking the police to do. Go to one of these cutting edge labs, let them do new testing, and they need a new DNA sample. We have a DNA sample, which was obtained in January 1997 of an unidentified male DNA. It's not in the format needed to do this familial genealogy research. It's to be a new format, and that's why we need to do more testing.
What is the next step, John? What happens now? Now that you've had that meeting with the chief, where does this go from here?
Well, we're going to ask for another meeting, and we're going to be a little more forceful in our request. Telling us that there's things happening you can't tell us about is not an acceptable response to the father of a murdered child. I want to know more. What is going on? They had a cold case review that came out of this petition that had 13,000 signatures. It took them a year to get ready to present that case to the cold case review team.
Right.
Cold case review team gave a list of action items. That was a year ago. What's been done with that list? Have you done anything? Have you done them all? I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's just not acceptable.
I understand your frustration. Our audience does too. We have to leave it there. John Ramsey, please come back and let us know when you've had that second meeting, okay? Let us know what happens. We're rooting for you. We want the answers. Everybody does. John Ramsey, thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.